to our neighbors' back fences. Then the road left the housing development behind. To my right were the railroad tracks and the walnut orchard. To my left, another orchard and an open field. A little way farther along, the road and the railroad tracks crossed a small bridge over a creek. I walked down the dirt road, kicking at stones. The road was deserted. I hadn't seen anyone since I left the backyard, but I felt exposed on the road. I could see a long way ahead of me and a long way behind, and I knew that anyone else walking on the road could see me. I didn't want to be seen. So rather than crossing the bridge, I clambered down the embankment to walk along the creek. It was cooler by the water. Soft-leafed green trees shaded the gully. Moss grew on the rocks, and jays shrieked at me from the trees. Used to city parks with their paths and neatly tended flower beds, I felt like I was entering the wilderness. The creek turned, and a tiny path led up the bank, through a tangle of bushes and vines. I climbed up the path into an overgrown woody area. The path continued, leading through weeds and bushes that were taller than I was. There were some walnut trees here and there, but smaller trees and brush had grown up around them. Through the trees and brush, I caught a glimpse of something orange, a brilliant, unnatural day-glow color. I followed the path toward the color and found a small clearing where the weeds had been cut down. A large easy chair, upholstered in fabric that was a riot of orange daisies on green and turquoise paisley patterns, sat under a twisted walnut tree. In front of the chair was a flat-topped boulder, and on the boulder was a teapot with a broken spout. Boards had been wedged among the branches of the tree to make shelves of a sort. Haphazard and not quite level, they supported an odd assortment of items: a jar of peanut butter, a battered metal box, a china cup with a broken handle, 2 chipped plates, a dingy teddy bear, a metal box of Band-Aids. I stopped where I was. This looked like someplace out of a book, like a troll's living room, like a wizard's retreat in the woods, like a place waiting for something to happen. "What the hell are you doing here?" a kid's voice asked. I looked up, startled. A girl dressed in ragged jeans and a dirty t-shirt sat on a low branch of the tree to my left. She was about my age. Her face was methodically streaked with red-brown clay, vertical stripes on her forehead, horizontal stripes on her cheeks. Her hair was a tangle of reddish curls, held back with a rubber band and decorated with a blue jay feather. I was just looking around," I stammered. "Who said you could come here?" she asked, her voice rising. "This is my place, private property." I felt my face getting hot. "Sorry, You think you can come poking around anywhere?" I said I was sorry. "You kids from the development think you own everything." I didn't mean, "Why don't you just go back from where you came from?" "That would be fine with me," I managed to say, just before my voice broke. I turned away, feeling tears on my face. I immediately tripped over a rock and fell hard, catching myself on my hands and one knee. When I scrambled to my feet, the girl was standing beside me. "Who the hell do you think you are, anyway?" I snarled at her, trying to cover my tears with anger. "I wasn't doing anything wrong." She was studying me, her head cocked to one side. "You haven't been here before, have you?" she asked, her voice calmer. I shook my head. "My family just moved to this lousy neighborhood." "Your knee is bleeding," she said, "and so's your hand. Come on and sit down. I've got some Band-Aids." I sat in the easy chair, and she washed my cuts with water from the creek, carried in a china cup, while she dabbed at my scraped knee with a wet bandana and put Band-Aids on my injuries. She explained that some kids had been there a few days before and had messed with all her stuff, pulling down the shelves and tipping over the chair. "There are some really mean kids around here," she said. "You're lucky I didn't just start throwing rocks at you. I can hide in the trees and nail a kid with a rock from 30 feet away." "Why didn't you?" She shrugged. "You were by yourself. I didn't want to." "I'm by myself a lot," I said. "Yeah? So am I." She sat back on her heels.